Hi, my name is Audrey Ingle, and this is my psychology and advertising assignment. The article I chose from the textbook concerns social psychology, specifically influence. The article focuses on the door-in-the-face technique and how it influences people's choices. I read the article Door-in-the-Face Technique and Delay to Fulfill the Final Request, an evaluation with a request to give blood, written by Nicholas Guegan, published in 2014 in the Journal of Psychology. This article deals with finding a way to get more people to agree to something than that they most likely don't have an interest in doing. Guegan wanted to find a way to influence people's choices without them realizing it. The door-in-the-face hypothesis states that you should ask someone to do something outrageous, or at least something you know they'll say no to, so that when you ask the real, lesser favor next, they're more likely to respond positively. In order to observe the door-in-the-face technique, Guegan had observers pose as blood center employees and approach college students as they entered a building. One group had the control of asking the individual if they would like to donate blood that day. The second group asked the individuals first if they would participate as a long-term donor, where they would donate blood once every 2 months for men or every 3 months for women for at least 3 years. After listening to the individual's response, the observer would ask if the individual was interested in a one-time donation that day. In order to be able to tally up and see which method had more positive results, the observers marked down how many verbal agreements they received. In order to test how many people actually showed up to donate blood, the observers gave business cards to the participants with slight variations depending on what control they had been a part of, to be collected when the individual showed up later that day to donate blood. There was a significant difference between when someone was simply asked to donate blood later that day, also known as a control group, and when the door-in-the-face technique was implemented, both in the verbal compliance and in the behavioral compliance. The more people tended to say yes to the door-in-the-face technique because when they were asked to be a long-term donor, that's kind of an outrageous request and something that people aren't really interested in doing. So then when they were immediately followed up with the question of donating blood that day, it seemed like something that was feasible, something that they could do, and something they were more interested in doing after having been asked to be a long-term donor. 60.8% of those who had been asked with the door-in-the-face technique verbally complied, as opposed to 42.1% without. 25.6% of those asked by the door-in-the-face technique actually showed up to donate blood, with only 14.3% who were simply asked to donate blood showing up. These results prove that the door-in-the-face technique increases the likelihood that someone will agree to your actual request. This has been used to get more people to donate blood in France, solving a national issue. The advertisement I chose is one from Third Liberty Loan. It shows a woman in the foreground waving an American flag, with a sea of armed troops in the background. In capital red letters and underlined at the top, it says "Fight," followed by, in smaller blue letters, "or buy bonds, Third Liberty Loan." The advertisement appears to be using the door-in-the-face technique by first making too big of a request, one that someone would slam the door in your face for asking, of "Fight," which is immediately followed by the lesser and actual request of "buy bonds." After being confronted by the initial large request, the second one seems plausible and something people are more likely to do. I have changed the advertisement to where it only says "buy bonds." This advertisement could easily be looked over, especially if the individual is not particularly keen on buying bonds in the first place. According to the theory of door-in-the-face, the original advertisement will sell more bonds because people are more willing to do something lesser if they've already rejected a larger request. I have also decided to do my own experiment and test out the door-in-the-face technique, and I've made my own advertisement. Now, we'll see if the results are the same as the blood sample and with the buying of the bonds. So, thank you very much for listening, and I hope you enjoy.